Hello. Have you ever had an idea that seemed like it would be good and probably wasn't? Like, say, starting your own YouTube channel where you review books while wearing a gas mask? You probably don't have one like that, but I did, obviously, and now I had another one. Why not try and trick people who are looking for Minecraft videos into seeing my channel by doing a review of a Minecraft book? Now, I know if you actually were looking for a Minecraft gameplay video, you've probably either shut it off or getting ready to call me names in the comments. But I apologize. Don't worry, I've already suffered enough by reading the book, Masters of Minecraft The Awakening. Believe me, nothing you could say could possibly be worse a punishment than actually reading this piece of crap. If you don't believe me, here is a quick reading from the first chapter.
Man, I love this game. Where else can you build an exact replica of a medieval castle and even walk around it, he thinks, walking up to the tower and climbing the battlements. All in survivor mode too, he exclaims, looking over the darkening countryside and seeing dozens of shambling zombies advancing on his defensive position. Ha! You can't get me, you meatheads, he shouts. Spotting a couple of creepers moving at the edge of the forest, he's a little more wary of them. Tall, green, stick-like figures that run up to you and explode. They could be a bit more trouble if provoked. This is the most awesome build ever, exclaims Jay with a huge smile on his face. It's only taken 22 days to build. Never has anyone built such a beauty on Minecraft so quickly. I truly am Jay, Lightning Builder. Jay! Come here, would you, honey? I'm going out! Arr, Mom! I'm in the middle of my game!
Okay. Now, I know that might not have sounded that bad. I mean, sure, the dialogue in it is horrible. I mean, it's basically seems to be written by someone who doesn't know anything at all about writing dialogue and has no ear for language. Of course, if you were actually reading it instead of just hearing me read it, you would have also noticed that the person who wrote it has no grasp of grammar, spelling, or punctuation. It's full of run-on sentences, no quotation marks around half the quotes in that section. And at least they were there for most of the time when people were actually saying things later on in the book, so I'll give them that. And the book is just full of misspelling. Well, not really misspelling, since I assume they have a spell checker and whatever word processor you use, but very often it will, that sort of thing won't catch it when you spell the wrong word, use a homonym or use an homophone. I forget. See, I'm not perfect either, but I'm definitely not writing a book about Minecraft. And besides the poor dialogue and poor spelling, the plot itself is not too bad. It's just the book reads like it was written by a 12-year-old who spent his entire English class sitting in the back of the room, secretly playing Minecraft on his cell phone instead of paying attention to the teacher, so he didn't pick up the basics of the English language or writing. It's just not that good at all. Anyway, like I said, the plot is alright. I mean, parts of it almost seem like it's ripped off of the Hunger Games, really. Basically, the plot is that there's a guy who I guess is supposed to be a teenager who's invited to take part in the Masters of Minecraft tournament by Notch, the guy who created Minecraft. And so when the guy touches his Xbox console that he plays Minecraft on, it sucks him in, and also sucks in his little brother and his little brother's best friend, who's a total nerd. When they, all touch him, so they all get sucked in together. And, then they're in the world of Minecraft. And they have to learn to build and fight zombies and creepers and skeletons. Well, actually, I don't think they actually encounter any skeletons. And, that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, parts of it feel like it's kind of ripped off of the Hunger Games, because, number one, whenever there's an announcement to be made, which is usually about somebody being eliminated, it's by cannon fire, just like in the Hunger Games. And also, whenever nothing is happening, there's a random disaster that seems to be caused by the person responsible, just like in the Hunger Games. The only real difference is that in this book, the players are not allowed to kill each other for no apparent reason. As is explained pretty much right away once they get in the world, when some griefer type person sneaks up on a guy and tries to kill him, but every time he injures the guy, he injures himself by the exact same amount and dies. You know, pretty much the whole book is just, you know, the main character and his little brother and friends, and they meet up with some other people, and they build stuff and try to avoid getting killed by the disasters that happen. And then the book cuts off right in the middle of the action because there's a sequel, and the author wants you to buy the sequel, and it's one of those annoying trilogies where they just cut off in the middle of the action instead of reaching an actual ending point. I hate it when they do that. You know, I mean, this book is not very good. I mean, but it is at least readable, and I've had books that I've, you know, just given up on because they're so bad. And there's a few that are terrible that I would call unreadable, but I still at least managed to finish because I forced myself. But this one I didn't have to force myself. It was bad, poorly written, ridiculous plot, horrible dialogue, characters that they're just awful. But the book is at least kind of fun, and it's probably something that if you have a 10-year-old out there who doesn't want to read but loves Minecraft and you want them to read and you don't care what they're reading as long as they're reading, then you can give them this and they'll probably like it. Be careful because according to the Amazon reviews, the earlier versions of the book did have a lot of cursing. The current version doesn't because apparently the author took it to heart when people complained about the cursing and removed it. Why he didn't take the opportunity to fix all the grammatical errors, I don't know. Probably because nobody was complaining about that, because most of it was parents who were giving it to their 10-year-olds, and they were more concerned about the cursing than the poor quality of the story. Don't really have anything else to say. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody else. In fact, I wouldn't even recommend it to 10-year-olds who like Minecraft, but if you are a 10-year-old who likes Minecraft, give it a shot. It's better to read garbage than not to read anything, I guess. But only barely.
If you like this video, please click subscribe or watch some of my older videos. If you think the book I reviewed sounds interesting, buy a copy. There are always links to the Amazon store in the description for this book and any other books I mentioned. If you have any suggestions on other books I could read, or any other comments, queries, insults, or anything else you want to say, please feel free to mention it in the comments section.